Good morning. I will call to order the meeting for the Chase County Commissioners for November 17th, 2025. If everyone will please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Warrants 17. Anybody have any questions? I'll make a motion to approve the warrants for November 17th, 2025.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have our minutes from our November 10th, 2025 meeting. Everybody have a chance to look those over? Any additions or corrections? I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from November 10th, 2025.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. John, we'll jump ahead if it's, do you have anybody else coming with you?
No, sir.
All right, why don't you come on up here and have a seat.
Well, hello. Most of y'all know me, but a few folks that don't know, I'm John Barnes. I'm the coordinator for a local chapter of a program called Watchdogs. It's dads of great students. I was planning on, or I had a little thing I could hand out and give you guys a brief little summary of what we do and everything. So, Swanee is pretty familiar with it, but just in case. So I guess back up a step. I'm here because I was asking for a donation from the Crime Prevention Fund. I don't know if you've seen the form I turned in or not, but
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. So what Watchdogs is, it's a national program, and then it's divided into local chapters. The national program doesn't have any like direct oversight over us or anything. It was just their idea, and then we can use their merchandise and everything. That sounds weird, but their package and their programs to help us be more efficient in how we run our local chapter. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get more positive male role models into the schools to take part in the school days, interact with the students, and support the teachers. Our mission I have on here is to improve student performance and behavior by placing positive role models in the schools and classrooms to reinforce the importance of education and build community cohesion. I've broken down what I thought of as like the program benefits and how this ties into the Community Prevention Fund, or excuse me, Crime Prevention Fund. So we're trying to get more role models in the classroom. There's lots of research about how having positive role models and having people that you want to emulate around you actually really can affect how other people act, can help lift you up. So by getting more of our positive role models in the school, then hopefully we'll have that effect on the kids too, to help them learn and lift themselves up. Then the individuals volunteering their time in the school, that just shows how important education is. You know, all these kids see their dads and grandpas and uncles and everything working so hard, they never have time to do anything. If they spend an entire day in the school with the kids, then it really drives home like, wow, this is important, hopefully, to the students. And then this one's the one I thought was the most direct to the Crime Prevention Fund, but I think it really ties the generations of the community together. So from my experience going into the schools, I know probably all of them by sight now, and half of them I know their names because I'm in the classrooms with them. I'm sitting with these kids, I'm playing games with them, I'm doing this stuff with them. And so now when I see them out and about, I can say hi, I can give them a high five, they know who I am. Without that, I wouldn't. There would be no tie there. I wouldn't know them until maybe they got to high school playing sports, and then it'd still be one way. I'd see them out on the field, but they wouldn't know who I was. So I think tying the community together like that is really important for our community as a whole, and hopefully will have a positive impact on crime, because if the community's tied together, they're less likely to tear up your stuff, steal. They know you care about them. If they're having trouble, they can come to you. Like, these are the things that make a small community like Chase County really stick together. And then two other thoughts. One is the volunteers get to see the challenges their kids face. Like, I get to be in the classroom and see how my kids are behaving compared to the other kids, and what they're finding hard, what they're not having trouble with, and that really helps me support them at home. And then I also get to see what the school's challenges are. Like, I have a ton of respect for teachers already, but after spending a day in those classrooms, it's like how they can teach the kids as much as they can with the circus that is the school is just amazing. And it really gives you a ton of respect for what the teachers do and what they have to deal with. So, but anyway, that's my little spiel. We do use these monies to do multiple events a year. So we try to sign the role models I was talking about up in a pizza dinner in the fall and a donut breakfast in the spring. And we also did a fishing event this year. I'm not sure if we'll do that again. It was not hugely successful, but I have a few ideas how we can make it a little bit more successful. So we might do that one again. And we use the funds to pay for that, pay for those events. And also, like I said, the Watchdogs National Chapter has some things we use. So we use their T-shirts. They're about $15 a piece. And then the role models wear the T-shirts when they're in school, and they're very easily identifiable. So all the kids know who they are, and they'll come up and give them a high five. Watchdog, yay! They also have like some calendars and some like to help us organize how the actual events go, those dinners, to get people signed up. They have a lot of paperwork and stuff to help with that, like some fact sheets and some presentation material and calendars that they can sign up on, and that kind of stuff. So about $300 a year goes towards that kind of stuff. And then the rest of it will go towards our food and supplies for these events. Also, the volunteers that come into the schools, they get to eat lunch with the kids, and a couple $100 a year goes to paying for those school lunches. So that's where the money goes.
All righty. Thank you, John. I'll make a motion for the request for financial assistance from the Crime Prevention Fund in the amount of $1,500 for the CCES Watchdogs program.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Well, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully, our
Appreciate you.
community does too. I did realize I didn't write the right thing on that form. I should have said the check should be payable to USD 284. They manage all the funds for us. Attention Watchdogs. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Do you have your bid calling with you?
Yes.
Both of these, we went off the number that we sent off this past week. Okay. On these two bids, there won't be any more additional premiums. Feel that way, Kirk?
Based on the payroll amount that's turned in, there will not be pennies more additional premium, no matter how many claims you had, or no matter how many claims other counties insured by AMC had.
Okay.
So,
Call it same. Okay.
so that's not maybe 100% true. I mean, if there was millions of dollars of claims, you would probably have to assess them.
Are you answering for yourself or me?
Well, I'd like you to give them a correct answer.
Well, you could start with yours.
Hey guys, let's direct your commentary to the commission and not each other while we're, that's not appropriate.
All right, we have two bids here from K-Work and EMC. K-Work is $59,994 and EMC is $81,345.
Say again, please. EMC.
EMC $81,345. Any more questions, gentlemen?
That's what I was thinking.
Thank you, gentlemen, for your bids. I'll make a motion that we go with K-Work for $59,994 for our workman's compensation funds for Chase County for 2026.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Thank you, Paula.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye. Have a good day.
You too.
Morning, Brian.
Good morning.
Counselor. Good morning, Counselor.
I apologize if there's too much there, but it's just too much
I
sometimes.
was just about to cut that off, so I was just like. All right, our health insurance policies.
We've already accepted,
The
United Health.
United Health.
Yeah.
Is,
so we just need to choose your.
Which
option.
plan, yeah,
Sorry.
which plan, yeah.
Well, which funding level,
But
right?
it's all, they're all the same plan, it's
Or
just the
funding
amount of
level, yeah.
reserves.
Yeah.
According to his, he was recommending option one.
Which allows us to maintain our reserve funding at a,
Kind of, you know,
Can-
depending on things.
not depleted as much as, right, so.
See y'all better now.
option one.
Yeah. Option one. That's right.
This requires a signature.
Alright.
I don't know that we need a motion since we've already made.
No,
I just signed this here.
Option one.
Ooh, 11/17. We do have our calendar. Remote meetings.
It's good to me. Present it in January, right? Good to be ahead of the game, though.
No, but kind of look that over. Good.
Yes, you're right.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Take a look at that. We will actually rip it.
December 31st.
I would need it,
Now,
Well,
because I have other departments departments that are.
That's fine, but I mean, we just keep getting earlier and earlier, and,
Reorganization.
huh?
It's always been part of the
Right.
organization.
Which is in January, right? So that's when we need to do it. We need to not get in the habit of doing it before, especially we get a situation where, on the election years, and we have a new commissioner come in, I feel like everybody needs to have a voice in it at that time, versus, I don't know.
The holidays, I think, we all agree
Oh,
That's what
on
everybody
those.
wants.
Oh, that one, I
Same.
think
We don't care about the commission.
No,
I can say right now that I
Good.
feel confident that when we do our organizational meeting, that I will have the same. I would be good with those
So
holidays.
you're okay with me sending it out to those, the extension district and district court? So they can send you responses.
there's 12 of
Unapproved but approved. How do you word that, Counselor?
them.
It's
Tentative.
tentative.
Connie, on your thing, Labor Day. Is yours black? I wrote through mine on the 7th. But you have them all in red elsewhere.
Okay, so now that needs to be changed.
I mean, that's just
May
makes
7th. What are you talking about?
I have the 7th as a commission meeting.
7th of me.
No, that's Labor Day.
That's Labor Day, that'll be a holiday.
That should be a holiday.
Oh, well, it says first down here.
It does say first down there.
I think there was an issue.
Man,
We had to look it up at the last meeting, so. I think it's the next,
It's always on Monday.
yeah, but it was like the wrong Monday, I think. Maybe that's what it's like. Labor Day.
yeah, it's 7th.
Yeah.
Make it real.
Red, that's, I mean, if you're sending it out, it just. Any other questions on the calendar? No. Andy, come on up here.
Morning, Joe. Quick question on the neighborhood revitalization plan. Did send out an email prior to this meeting, which explained the question a little bit, and it's just simply, when does this neighborhood revitalization plan end? There's just contradictory information in it.
Yeah.
So I was just wanting some clarification or direction on what takes precedence.
I personally, Counselor, since there's two different options within that, can we go ahead and say we would like to go until 2026? Even though the 10-year period would technically be, because it states both, it states a 10-year period, but it also states an end date.
Typically, if there's an expressed date, you use the expressed date.
Right.
So, does that make sense? I mean,
Yeah.
it's because it's the more detailed of the two.
I interpreted it as essentially 2 to 1. And that being the duration of the plan, the third factor, the third date, if you will. So where they increased these other dates 11 years, they only increased this one 10 years. So
You know,
Which
the
paragraph
duration
you're
of the
reading.
plan, I mean,
Right.
that just increases the length of the plan to
But
2031.
the
which
application
then, in my eyes,
period-
leaves the rest of that
Right.
at open for interpretation within it. So
Yeah.
I'm good with the 2026 date. I would also like to while we're all here, we talked about potentially, it's time obviously to redo
Redo
this.
yeah.
Or, and I think one thing we should maybe consider is doing, whether it's within this plan or a second plan, I feel like we could maybe on new construction, do a 5-year, 100%, all 5 years on new construction. So this existing revitalization plan, you guys are familiar with it, right? So that somebody wants to put an addition on their house, or they want to remodel their house, or build a new house at this point, right? Any construction like that, the first year that it's on the tax roll, they have 100% tax rebate, and that's for almost all taxes. It doesn't.
Correct.
It's city, county,
And school
and
district.
school
Yes,
district.
the city's being strong city and condos.
Right, and the county and the school district doesn't count fire, right?
Right.
And some of those special districts don't, or those are still have to pay taxes on those. And in year 2, it's 80%, year 3, 60, year 4, 40, and then 20. My argument for doing the 100% on new construction is that it wasn't going to be on the tax roll anyway, right? So maybe it's what we need to kind of encourage some full-on new construction, right? Because then at the end of that 5 years, it's on the tax roll, right? So that's kind of, I mean, how do you guys feel about that? Is that something worth pursuing? Would you be in favor of that?
Something to look at all together and see. I mean, this has been
Generally be in favor of something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say I don't want to move forward and get, I assume we'll probably reach out to one of the attorneys that were involved in this the last time, one of the, and see if we can get them.
That's just what I heard.
Is one of them. So,
And then all the
So, yeah.
other.
so if you want to make a motion to, probably would be best if we do, since he's here, do a motion to accept applications through December 31st, 2026 for the neighborhood revitalization plan.
Well, I mean, it's already done, so I think what we need to do is just a motion to clarify.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to clarify the application period for the neighborhood revitalization plan for it to be understood that the applications will be approved or will be eligible through December 31st, 2026.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Yeah, we
Plan,
appreciate
and
that.
this is the other resolutions from the Strong City, Cottonwood Falls, and School District.
Yeah,
and
that would be
county.
helpful. Yeah. There is a process, so if we are going to make some changes, there's some public hearings and things like that. So work through that.
New one wouldn't start till 27.
Well, if we're only going through January of 26, we could,
Do it sometime next year.
yeah.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And
I think Brian can have that handled by January.
The list. Really, me, it's the 2 meetings that you got to have before it's done.
Huh?
It's the 2 extra meetings you got to have before it's done.
Yeah.
So, well, you guys have some free time.
Yeah, I understand Brock is still coming,
yeah.
but yeah.
Okay.
Tom's not gonna be here.
Wife
And
had a little
Incident.
accident, so he's taking her to Manhattan currently.
this is, I went ahead and Tiffany printed that out for me on, since Brock's coming in here. Watershed Institute, this is what we paid the Watershed Institute since, March of 2023. And so, as I understand it, most of that I believe is the actual, engineering, I believe, right? For most of those stream banks
Stream banks. Yeah.
deals. But this last bit here, you look at the last three expenses, May, June, and July. Those were, I believe, for a plan to remove the debris that we decided to just push on through and send down the river and add Clements. So $42,000 that they got for. I just would like for him, since Brock's going to be here, he can maybe kind of explain.
What all they did.
You know, when we write a check to the Watershed Institute, what it's for, how it's built, and yeah, you get an opportunity to get some clarification.
You guys want me to start putting this together again?
But
Do you want me to start putting this together
the
again?
neighborhood crowd, yeah, I'd love that. That'd be great. I think the big question for you to answer through the process, I would assume, is do we do two separate plans? Or do you put a
One for
mechanism?
everything, one for, new construction.
Right, or
Just
do
a
you put
provision. I think probably put a provision in
a
there.
provision in
Yeah.
the overall plan? Something that I didn't,
I'll look at
the
the
way to
state
identify new
legislation
construction
to see what they
versus.
authorize, so.
You know. You're not on the list.
No, I just bounced up real quick.
Okay.
Well, come on up. We've got a few
We got
minutes.
time.
Wait, is it good or bad?
It's always good.
It's just storm sirens. Blue Valley will be down tomorrow instead of today to start installing the storm sirens. I'm not sure what location we'll start at, but we're gonna get a hold of me in the morning. And go from there.
So that's the one at the rodeo grounds,
One at the fire
the one at
station
the fire station over here,
and one down in Matfield at the fire station.
and then remind me, are they doing? What are we doing about Elmdale and the radio?
If I can get someone that's willing to work on them, we can move a radio over there.
I thought that was all part of the overarching plan. We
That
planned
was
on
under
doing
what the sheriff's, under what Jacob had kind of developed with that proposed money from Senator. But under this, the grant, the only thing that allows me to do is the 3 sirens. But that's, and we had talked about trying to get a radio over there, but I haven't found a company that's willing to work on and move the stuff.
So the one that's going at the rodeo grounds and the one that's going over here, I mean, it's a whole new package, new radio. So how are the ones, the existing ones
The
set
one-
off? The one at the fire station in Strong City, how's it set off?
It's set up, it has a radio control.
And so what's wrong with that radio?
It just has to be reprogrammed to and reattached if we moved it to Elmdale.
Right.
But that's the caveat is no one, Blue Valley and the other companies don't want to mess with the old sirens.
surely somebody, I mean, they're making a decent amount of money off the new sirens, right? So, I mean, maybe when we move forward with the next deal,
That was,
you want to bid, you try and, I mean,
Add that in.
it doesn't make it.
that I requested it from them, and they used to, but they've run into issues where they go to modify the siren or move them, and then they don't work, and then they're dealing with the siren that was built in the 1940s and 50s, and they quit wanting to work on them just for liability reasons on their side. Other than that, that's all that they told me that they wouldn't.
Liability reasons on their side, huh? Is there any case law where a siren company has ever been sued for a siren not working? I'd be interested to know. I mean, when they use the word liability, that just I'd be just curious as if any siren company's ever paid for any.
I'm not sure
Any
liability
town
is
ravaged
really,
by a
I
tornado.
think it's more of a warranty issue that they're probably
Yeah,
worried
it's-
about.
We're not
than a
even worried
liability
about
issue.
warranty.
Right. So,
I agree. I'm just, like I said,
I would just ask.
I'm just.
I just asked them if they could elaborate on the liabilities.
When they're down there
On the
working on stuff.
liability answer. I'd like,
Yeah,
just curious, liable for what?
if nothing else, ask them if they got anybody. Who? Surely those people are in the business, they might know somebody.
Check with.
yeah, I'll check with them.
Yeah.
and see. So even contacted the one south around Wichita. We have, remanufactured older sirens that we would put in, but I think a lot of it is it just falls back to they just want to sell you something.
Does it currently work as it's up there right now?
It's the one in Elmdale,
No, the one that we're taking down, does it work?
currently, yes.
Is it something we might be able to do? We're really just taking it down and using an old radio. It's already programmed to that radio, right?
But it's programmed for Strong City, because on the consoles, they have you can set up individual, the sirens in Cottonwood Falls or Strong City.
Right.
It's currently programmed for Strong City.
Oh.
But I guess if we're setting off Strong City and Cottonwood, Elmdale, if it went off, it wouldn't.
I'd rather set one off we didn't have to than not set one
Wouldn't
off.
be bad either.
Yeah, but moving that
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yeah, just take, unbolt it from here, bolt it over there. I mean, I have not seen the technology.
I don't know
I
if
have
Strong
no
City
idea.
sells this or not though. Sorry.
Which is, so
Put me right in the middle of it. It's okay. No, I'm always in the middle. But I think it is going to be removed and just be laying on there. And I would imagine that if we could find, if Road and Bridge had the ability to dig a hole deep enough and set the pole in the unit, that we just hire an electrician to reconnect it.
I would keep that, add that to your,
And that might be something
See if
part of
we
the
can
excess,
get
if I see where we're at on the funding and where my budget is. Maybe we try to push what's left over in my budget, if there is anything, maybe using that.
let's make sure we don't leave it laying on the ground, Joe.
leave what?
Don't leave it laying on the ground.
But I'll see how they take it. I mean, if they take the siren assembly off and the pole will be laying there. The pole is 10, 15 years old, I would guess. I remember Matt said they at some point put a new pole in it. Trying to remember now. I keep looking at Connie because she worked at the city for a while, so
Remember when they put the new one up?
yeah, it's been 20 years ago.
We're tall enough to jump off of, so.
What's that?
None of them are tall enough to jump off of, so.
Can.
Had some of the counties that found that some of the communication centers weren't enough. But, and then just the Forestry Service program, that stuff is in process, and that's in the next between next 2 weeks, they'll probably be reaching out to some of the other stakeholders that we put on the list to get them involved. But currently, they're just going through developing that plan for the county. We're one of 3 counties in the state, I believe, that they're starting this process. I've got to finish reading that document, and then I can
I think I can forward that. You're on the list when they open the next door to get you involved. But that the purpose of it is just, it's basically range management and burning, and it should possibly open up some doors from some other federal and state funding.
Wildfire protection plan, so it's one of the ultimate, they got a big chunk of money and to do a plan, right? So then they hired this company contractor out of Colorado. They come in and they work on identifying the areas and help develop a plan. And some of the things that are big about it are it's all about fuel for the fires, right? So the Eastern Red Cedar is a big thing, so at the end of the day, when this is all done, this plan will allow us to go after funding to mitigate some of those things like the Eastern Red Cedar and some of the things where there's increased risk of wildfire, right? Maybe it's putting in, I don't know the right terminology, but essentially a water source out in the middle of nowhere that all the fire departments and local ranchers have access to, in areas where they're got to go a long way to get water, or got to go find a pond to pump water out of, things of that nature. When it's all said, it's something that I believe it was pushed probably mostly by the Forestry Service and Tallgrass.
Tallgrass, and then just a number, a lot of acres and just miscellaneous fires that would pop up between Chase and the surrounding counties that just get away from us. But yeah, they're talking possibly funding for the big cisterns up to 10,000 gallon storage and a well. Just trying to keep that filled up and be a place where the trucks could go over there and rapidly pull.
There could be some of these, there's some pasture ground that's kind of just disappeared to some of that stuff, that there may be opportunities for some of these ranchers and people that can't really afford to go out there, and have pasture cleared, so there's a lot of things that could come from it, so.
I wasn't real prepared to talk about that. I was talking.
Yeah, good job.
Thanks.
You got it.
Well, I'll get out of here, but I'll keep you informed on the progress and send you out emails with all you guys. And I will definitely ask them about that.
Perfect. Thank you.
I did finally get Buck Bailey to sign that agreement for us to put the siren up there on that property, so.
Oh, on the rodeo.
Yeah.
Come on up.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Brock?
Doing well, thank you.
Have you talked to Tom today? Did you
I got a phone call from him this morning. Yes. Yep.
Are you here regarding one of the existing projects that you have going on?
Dale?
Yes, the ones there.
Probably go into
With the most
executive session.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion, go in executive session for
Attorney-client privilege,
attorney-client privilege,
potential litigation.
potential litigation, for 20 minutes. Coming out at 10:04, 10:05. With all of us, you, Connie, and Brock, and Counselor.
Can't have Connie if it's truly an attorney-client privilege.
Okay.
Only the privileged
Without
parties or
Connie.
anyone we're negotiating with.
All right.
Sorry. Not personal.
No, Connie.
Oh, all those in favor say aye. Gene second.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. No action taken. Is it the top three?
The very last three were those were for planning on the debris removal out at Clements. Is that what that was?
Planning,
Then we ended up just sending it on.
Survey and design.
Survey and design.
We have a full set of plans for the removal that are.
It's all gone now.
No, it's
No.
not.
A lot.
A lot of it's gone. Very true. But the core of the structure, the log jam is still there and it's not going anywhere. It's that stuff that's pretty well cemented with mud, and wood together. And it's still throwing the river over, diverting the river over through the north arch, which is probably not, the way that stream curves around there, coming from the south, flowing to the southeast and hooking to the east there, it wants to be up against that south, go through the south arch. So if you've been out there, you can see that north bank has been chewed up quite extensively, and it will continue to do so because there's still a lot of debris from the mid channel to the south to that bank.
So does that plan, does it allow for, at the end of the engineering, does it solve some of that problem on sending that stuff on down, or is it really just a removal plan?
It's a removal, like to get the debris that's in there out and
Right.
disposed of.
There's nothing within there to like help prevent that from happening at such an extreme level again.
You mean?
I mean, we know it'll happen. It's the way that it's built, but is there something within that? I haven't seen the designs or anything.
So-
I just didn't know if there's anything to stop it where it's all piling up there to send it to the north side. Is there something to try and keep it going both directions
In the design.
in the design,
Yeah.
or is the design just for the
Removal.
Yes.
okay?
So and the reason that is our hands are kind of tied in like what we can do for the mitigation of that removal. If we do something that improves the site compared to what it was before, that is something that FEMA will not accept. Is that
Very continuous removal, not improvement.
So because I have some ideas that I would love to do for that site. I can't say that logs won't get piled up there again because it probably will. I mean, it's the bridge is not built to transport the detritus from that river through there efficiently all the time. But you can set yourself up where, okay, we get a future log jam in there where you can maybe get in there and get it removed pretty efficiently. The county can do that by setting up some approaches and stuff like that. I'd love to do that. And that's what our original intent was. And we were pretty well told, no, you can't do that. So we're putting a lot of material in the river to get the logs out. And then we have to take that out as well, because then that will improve the site.
It's crazy.
It's a little, yeah, we've all sat there and bemoaned at the fact that it sounds so simple. Why can't we just do that? And I imagine somewhere that somebody took advantage of that fact, and so they,
Right.
I don't know. So yeah, so there is a design. I would be happy to share it with you. I mean, I don't have one with me, but I can send a copy of it. I don't know. I mean, you could get one from Tom too.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, we have Tom.
Okay,
Send it out to us.
But, I'll have one in PDF form that spells it out. I don't know what, there's that north bank that's it's probably eroded 40 feet since that thing came in. And then I don't know how it's affecting the bridge. See, the bridge engineer can't even come in there and inspect it until all that wood's gone. There's still a good pile of wood up on the west side of that center arch, if you will, where they can't even inspect it. So they still have to wait for that to come off before. So I would imagine once that's off, they're going to come in there, and then they may recommend some kind of riprap around the foundations. They've already done some of that. But that north bank on the west side of our bridge is exposed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's, I was hoping that we'd get approval for removal and all that by now. FEMA contact is not the same anymore. It's really been in their desk for quite some time now. And to even get the permit, they're not even initiating some of the things they're supposed to start with the core permit. So I can't really do anything until we have to have all those documents and permissions, approvals done before we can put a machine in there. So. Yeah, it's
I assume.
Frustrating and disappointing.
Clement Stone Arch Bridge. Yeah.
it's one of those things where, it would have been, and then it doesn't help the series of events that happened from when we got started to where we are now. I mean, that's just not out of everybody's control. Which, yeah, we could, if we had waited in there, for June to come through and came through, then it would probably be a totally different animal. But I mean, it's unfortunate that we're not there. That's just not the circumstances. So,
It was the biggest damn bank I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That was before it all went down river. I mean, it backed all the way up to
Around that
around the
curve.
bend.
I still think we should
Quarter
bring in a
mile.
helicopter and then go jump out of it.
Huh?
I still think we should bring in the helicopter.
Your shot.
it would do what?
Take stuff out.
Oh, okay.
Some of them would probably be a big helicopter to get some of those logs out.
Yeah, yeah, but there's people who do it. That's
Large, yeah.
my brother-in-law's contracted with them.
They're doing a big one, I guess now I don't know if you heard in that same, I think, flood or same time period.
Smoky.
Smoky Hill there, it's slime. That was a mess too. They're struggling to get that out. I've just, from what I've heard, I mean, it's
Did they get FEMA to work on that one?
I don't think so, because otherwise they would not be doing it right now.
Mhm.
Good
I mean,
point.
that's an assumption I'm making.
It's just not saying anything right now, so I don't think, yeah.
So, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have any updates from, I have heard, and the Corps starting to work on their own to try to get this permit resolved. They just kind of even told, we'll just start things that FEMA's supposed to do, so. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys can get together. Call me, do we have any more that we need with Brian or anything? We're all did everything accomplished on our list. Light bulbs on the courthouse, the Christmas lights, where do we being handled? That's good to hear. You guys are
Okay.
good.
I'll reach out to you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brock.
Thanks for your time.
Are you around to
Gonna
turn
be
on
around.
lights, or I can, as far as I know,
I should be around. Yeah.
it's Saturday. Double check next meeting to make sure, but
Well. Double check this meeting.
26 is all of us are here, and as far as I know, I don't have anything
Yeah,
on
we
the
should.
29th, so. Park City on Friday, okay. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
If you need us, let us know. Motion to a second. Been moved and second to adjourn. All those in favor?
All right.
Aye.